Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all having a wonderful day so far. I'm gonna go ahead and get into the reading. The Bible verses that I liked on the page in Proverbs. So go ahead and read this, and then we'll be on to the quotes that I've written down from Wes Watson and John Mark Stevenson, and then we're on to the trading notes, and then I'll talk about my personal development journey. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And in this next verse is talking about sinners. And they lay wait for their own blood, and they lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of owners thereof. That was from Proverbs, page 1. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Those are the ones that resonated with me the most on the first page of Proverbs. Alright, now we go into the quotes. It's important to keep on rereading these notes, or the notes and the quotes, every single day, because it's instilling this shit in your mind every single day. It's so important. Because if you just read it once a day or only listen to it twice a day, it's not going to be permanently stuck in your mind. Like, these are quotes that, one of the quotes I have written down is quotes for the wisdom of the ages. Why would you not want the wisdom of the ages permanently instilled into your brain? A goal without a plan is just a desire. Growth is not linear. Always put your take profit at the closed candle and not the wick. Growth is when we are constantly looking at what we are doing wrong. To know what not to do is to know what is to. Okay, let me repeat that. To know what not to do is not to know. Acquire what you admire. Never make the same mistake twice. Learn from your mistakes. Your body is a vessel to better the mind. If there is no struggle, there is no growth. If you ever feel the slightest urge of reason to not take a trade, do not take it. Do not fall for FOMO. The only way to grow is through failure. How can you show up for your job or your vices every single day, but you can't show up for yourself? Create the man that you admire and give that man to the world. Gratitude opens the door to infinite intelligence. And by the way, I get these quotes from Wes Watson and John Mark Stevenson, and they'll give so much more value than I give. The world is not as it is, the world is as you are. Results come from doing hard work consistently. Trading is long term. Focus on building the skill and everything else will come with it. When you are learning a new skill, you need to put all your eggs in one basket. And when it comes to investing, you need to put your eggs in multiple baskets. Learn one skill at a time and master it, then you can move on to the next. You ain't got an addiction problem, you have a discipline problem. Fancy fails and simple skills. How you do anything is how you do everything. Inaction creates fear and doubt. Role models are the ones who enact change. What is hard is almost all the time what is right. Discomfort should be your green light. Fuck chasing success. Seek what is valuable, and success will chase you. What you feel what the world is withholding from you is what you are withholding from the world. Fatigue is the best pillow. Wes Watson is in flow state whenever he was gifting whatever has worked for him, and he's also teaching others that want to learn. You can get to know yourself through accountability and pain. Redirect your pain into something positive, or the pain will eat you up. I take pride in waking up early consistently. The man that has the most wisdom is the man that has made the most amount of mistakes. Don't follow money, follow your vision. There's two ways to exercise strength in this life, pushing people down or lifting others up. If we lift each other up, we will make it much further in life. In order to be a disciplined trader, you must be a disciplined person in your life first. Through repetition, we gain strength. Repetition is strength. If you want it, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. Quotes are the wisdom of the ages, Purpose is the pleasure. Yeah, they say purpose over pleasure, but the purpose is the pleasure. I believe you should have a 90% purpose, 10% lifestyle. But the way my life, well, I don't know. Sometimes I get on my phone here and there, but it's only for a short amount of time. So yeah, I believe I do have a 90% purpose, 10% pleasure lifestyle. Live a hard life and life will be easy. How you do anything is how you do everything. That might be it for the quotes. I'm going to end this. Okay, now we're on to the trade notes. And I will try my best to explain everything in clear detail. And I apologize if I'm not the best at explaining stuff, but I will try my best. Figure out what your best ability is at trading. The first thing I think about here is your confluences, which are your order blocks, liquidity sweep, equilibrium. There's one more. I forget what it is. But anyways, it will, after a liquidity sweep and after a break structure, price will enter into one of these confluences, and look and use at the confluence, which one of the building blocks that I just mentioned is that you're the best with. But I'm pretty good with every single one of them, and I use all of them on a regular basis when I practice. Get extremely good with your tools, and that will make you a good trader. And tools is just overall knowledge and experience. High time, or switching through different time frames, through the 4 hour and the 15 minute. And the time frames, when I say a 4 hour, that's a 4 hour candle. It shows where price had moved from within that 4 hour time frame. And then you can also scale down to whatever other time frame you want, literally. But through my strategy, I mostly stay on the 4 hour and the 15 minute, and then I scale down to the 1 minute so I can find a break of structure. Trading over and over again until you get really good at it is how you're going to become a good trader, and also just experience and time and understanding how the market moves. I am fully committing. I trade because I enjoy predicting the markets. I trade because I enjoy predicting the markets and improving the skill of trading. Be excited to make good trades, not making money. That's one thing that people get fucked up about trading. They come in here thinking that they're going to make money, but traders, people that make money, make money. People that trade. Most people come into trading thinking about the wrong thing. Money is simply a tool for trading. That's it. And money is just a reward for learning how to trade. Learning trading, and trading is fun. I love trading and I enjoy trading. If you don't lose, you won't learn. You have to fall on your face and make mistakes. If you don't know about this, there's something called signal rooms, and mentors or influencers, trading influencers, they'll have their Discord and people will join, right? And they'll say, okay, I'm getting in here into the market, I'm buying here and I'm selling here, and people will copy their exact same trade. People are only going to get good by making their own mistakes. They're not going to learn how to trade on their own if they're just copying other people's trades. KISS. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Think long term. Your chances of failing are extremely high if you have a short term mindset. Get really good at the simple things. This is 7 things that an unprofitable mindset has, or an unprofitable mindset of a trader. They have several strategies, which I only have one. They have several mentors, so they're learning from 2 or multiple different people whenever they should just be focusing on one. They are overthinking and they are overcomplicating it. They're focused on getting rich quick. They give up way too quick. They have a short attention span. They are overlearning and they are under practicing. The trading mindset shift. So here's the 7 things that a profitable trader has in their mindset. They only have one strategy. They only have one mentor. They simplify everything. They're focused on getting rich in a long period of time. They stay strong for a long period of time. And they have a long time frame mindset. And they over practice and they learn one thing or one step at a time, which I feel like I'm doing all of these things to a T. When trading, the goal is to get multiple confluences stacked together, then enter. This is so you can have the highest probability trade you can get. So the confluences I was mentioning: equilibrium, order block, breaker block, fair value gap. Those are the 4 confluences that I use. And like I said, there's the liquidity sweep, there's the breaker structure, and price re-enters and into one of these 4 confluences and then fills orders again and then continues back. And whenever orders fill again and has another breaker structure, that's when we enter. And we get a good risk to reward ratio. And risk to reward ratio is how much you are risking for the reward. So every time whenever people make money in the markets, you don't need to be asking, whenever someone makes a trade, you shouldn't be asking, oh, how'd you make that money? Or what amount of money did you make? You need to ask, how much did you risk in order to make that money? Because that's all that matters, is how much you are risking. It's all about, what is that word? Capital preservation. That's what it's about. How long can you keep your account live for? It's all about staying alive and not blowing your account. And that's what risk management is. There might have been something that I needed to get into, but I completely forgot. When trading, the goal is to get multiple confluences stacked together. So there's the 4 confluences I was mentioning about, and then whenever price re-enters after liquidity sweep, breaker structure, and it enters back into one of these 4 confluences, there's so many of these confluences all over the market where you can find probably about 1 to maybe even 4 of these confluences within the area where orders going to get filled in one of them. But you're bound and determined to at least find 1, probably even 2 every single time in this area that we're looking to enter into. So you can stack these confluences together and it increases your probability. And also, you only enter whenever price enters into the confluence and then has a break of structure into your direction and has buying or selling pressure out of the confluence. If price breaks through the confluence, then you don't enter. You're just, oh, it's another liquidity sweep. Okay, let me find a breaker structure, and then off of the liquidity sweep and the breaker structure, that gives you enough information to find another 4 confluences. This is so you can have when trading, the goal is to get multiple confluences stacked together, then enter. This is so you can have the highest probability trade you can get. Experience is the best teacher. Liquidity is resting orders, and it is on every time frame, and it is required for the market to move direction. Okay. The market goes where the money is at because the market is money, and it's going to go towards the most amount of money every single time. Why do we need liquidity? It determines where market is drawn towards, and it is required for the market to move/change direction. Because if price is going towards money, it's most likely going to fill enough orders where the banks. So let me try to explain this right quick. So there's big market movers, like the banks. whoever is putting in orders into this $1 trillion market or $1 billion market, they're putting in $1 million orders, right? And it takes a while. So it's like an exchange. There's buyers and there's sellers, and in order, so say they put in a million shares, right? There has to be a million people that are selling that exact same stock. So like it's coming closer and closer and closer. Orders are getting filled. Orders are getting filled. Orders are getting filled. And then whenever there's the position where there's the liquidity sweep, where price hits a lot of stops, then price gets filled, and then boom, there's a break of structure. And then whenever price goes back into that area that orders got filled, that is where we enter, because price just it's at the bottom. It's like we're starting at the beginning of a trend again. So that's how we get good risk to reward ratio, and we're also basing our strategy based off of how the market actually moves, which my previous strategy did not work that way at all. I hope I explained that well. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. Liquidity causes all of the market moves. You have to push through all the times where you are seeing absolutely no growth. I will commit to trading for the rest of my life until I have mastered this skill. Trading is long term, not short term. The 98% that fail will fail because they have a short term mindset. Orders getting filled off of a liquidity sweep is only a possibility. It is not guaranteed. Charts never lie. Price is always drawn towards highs and lows because of liquidity. So if price is on a so if you just look at a chart, right? A chart is in front of your face. There is an all-time high, no, there's an all-time low and there's an all-time high on that chart. So that is most likely where the most amount of orders are laying at. So whenever all-time lows and all-time highs get swept, that most likely means that there was a liquidity sweep, because there's just so many orders there, because it's been there for a long period of time, or a longer period of time. Sacrifice in the moment for yourself in the future. Large orders get filled in order blocks. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I believe that or not, to be honest with you, but that's what my mentor said. Order blocks get filled above highs and below lows because of liquidity. I need to have a step-by-step plan for entering the market. Write what confluences you use, one pair in one session whenever I trade. Journal everything in every trade. Make a system/plan that you can follow every day, and it should have more steps than you think. The more precise, the better. Alright. That's my trade notes, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this clip, and then I'm going to talk about personal development. Alright, I'm glad that was a good clip. I feel like I've done somewhat well for how I felt today. But it does not matter how I feel. I will get on here every single day and make a video. Because if I slip, y'all fall. So, yeah, I did not feel like coming on here making a video at all today. This is the worst day so far. And I'm glad that I was able to come on here and actually still provide value and be put into a flow state where I can teach and provide values to the best of my ability. And I will improve every single day, and I will understand how to trade more and more every single day, because I am learning with y'all. I'm simply just reciting what I've learned so far. And right now, since I've done all of TJR's Bootcamp 1.0, 2.0, and Trading Transformation, I'm just simply applying what I've learned out of his out of his courses basically. Um, so I've just been back testing a lot. The first day I done, which is I've been back testing consistently for the past 3 days. Uh, Today will be the fourth. First day I did 25 back tests, and each back test is a session in the market. It is a day in the market. Uh, the trading times that you trade for New York session, which is our session, or it, you can trade any type of session throughout the world, but I prefer New York session just because that's where everyone trades, like in the United States. New York session is from 8 o'clock, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. But the market, I do not trade until around about 9:45 because that's where liquidity sweeps happen on a consistent basis. So on the back test, I I look for what is happening on the 4 hour. Yeah, what is happening on the 4 hour time frame, and I look at the trend on the 4 hour time frame. So if price is on a bullish, if price is bullish and it's breaking highs and making higher lows, then I'm looking for price to sweep lows so it can then continue higher. Since price is in an uptrend, it will sweep lows and then price will continue higher. So at 9:45 or 9:50 to 10:10 a.m., that is where the most liquidity sweeps happen. And since I've been back testing these past 3 days, I've seen that time and time and time over and over and over again. So it's been interesting watching the market move and actually learning more and more. And I haven't been doing any screen recordings just because I'm learning myself. Like, I've only been back testing for 3 days with this strategy. Obviously, there is a couple of trades that I could have explained my thought process, and I do have at least a 50% win rate for back testing. Yesterday, I had out of the, I think it was like 13. It was 13 sessions that I had traded in. I had a 5-1 win loss. So I won 5 times and I lost 1 time, which is really good because my first day I had a 50-50% win loss. So some days it seesaws, but I'm learning a lot. I'm getting a lot of experience, and I know that I'm putting in more work than the normal average person is. So that's hella motivation right there. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I want to put more effort, more time into it, especially back testing, because that's where the growth is made. But the most growth is definitely going to be made from actually trading the live market, because that's what it comes down to. How well can I trade the live market? And it doesn't. And trading is like 5% strategy. It's all about psychology. How well can you balance out your emotions? So back to what I was saying originally. Yeah, back testing. So I'd say the first day I back tested 25 sessions. So that's a day in the market. I'm trading at around about 9:50 to 10:10 every single day. Wait for the liquidity sweep. If there's no liquidity sweep, I just move on to the next session over and over and over and over and over. And like, that might not sound like a lot, but if I'm like really looking at it and understanding, trying to understand what the market is doing, waiting for a break of structure, going to a lower time frame, looking like just identifying all these things, and slowly, like, I'm speeding up slowly every single day the more I do it. But also when I take my time and I really focus, that's whenever I do the best. So yeah, the first day I did 25 back tests, the second day I did 50, third day I did 75, and last night, last night I half-assed. I'm being completely honest with you. I half-assed my 75 sessions because I got home. Well, I was talking to my friend on the phone. I got home from the gym at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., and I was talking to my friend on the phone until like 9, and because I was discussing future plans. And so I didn't get onto my computer until about well, I was like, okay, now I need to go and eat, so whenever I get done with my work on the computer, then I can go to sleep. So I didn't get done eating until like literally at exactly 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So I'm like, man, the night before that night, I only got 4 hours of sleep. I went to bed at 2 p.m., woke up at 6:17. So I'm like, man, I really want some sleep tonight. And so it was 10 p.m., and then I had 50 more sessions to trade, and I probably only ended up trading half of it, and I just kind of like I watched the market move. Like I looked for the liquidity sweep, and I just moved on to the next. I looked for the liquidity sweep, I moved on to the next, over and over and over and over, and I just rushed the process so much. And if I just limited myself to, okay, only trade 25 back tests a day, and then I really focused on those 25, then I would probably improve more rather than give myself such a large amount and then just ended up half-assing it. Um, so, oh yeah, so at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., bro, I'm sitting here back testing, and then I remember that I wrote down on my to-do list for the day, 1 mile run, and I completely forgot that I had to do that shit. And my to-do list is my non-negotiable, my 545 method. Everything that I write down that motherfucker that I have to do for that day, it is a non-negotiable. So I'm thinking to myself for literally like probably 15 to 30 minutes straight. I'm like, bro, I have a long driveway and I run down it. Like I run down it 5 times back and forth, and that's considered a mile. And then it is 11:30 at night. It is pitch black. That's the last thing I want to be doing, especially when I have more back testing to do. I got 4 hours of sleep the night before. I'm like, bro, if I stay up later, that I just it's gonna make tomorrow so much more difficult. So, anyways, I ended up half-assing the sessions because I was so focused on should I should I run, should I not run, and then the main thing that got me to go outside and do that mile was I was sitting here thinking about the fulfillment of how badly I didn't want to do it, and that I actually ended up going through with it, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. It was the thing that I didn't want to do the most, and I still did it. I still did it, and I got a good amount of fulfillment from it. And so the next day, whenever I have something written down, there's no fucking excuses because my track record shows that every single day I fucking completed what I wrote down. And I've said it several times. I will complete what I wrote down for that day, no matter what. No matter what time I go to sleep. Even if I end up going to bed at 5 p.m. and wake up at 6:17. No, 5 a.m. and end up waking up at 6 a.m. So, yeah. I enjoyed yesterday. And I'm enjoying the day so far. I'm pretty fucking tired. I ended up going to bed at like 12:30. So I got 6 hours of sleep, but my body's used to like 10 hours of sleep every single day because I'm so used to sleeping in, but it is what it is. Take pride in the consistency more than the results. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.